Hi everybody, I'm Natalie with Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I have a fun project to teach you today. I'm calling this quilt Woven Diamonds, and it comes together really quick. I think you're going to love it. So to make this quilt, you're going to need one package of 10-inch print squares, and I've used Night Rainbow by Deborah Fisher for Wyndham Fabrics. You're going to need some background fabric, and this fabric also includes your inner border. You'll need 1 5/8 yards. And I've used the beautiful Quilt Town Tossed Stars in Aqua by Missouri Star Quilt Company. You'll need some fabric for your outer border, 1 1/8 yards. And your backing is going to be 4.5 yards with a vertical seam, or 2 yards if you go with a 108. It's totally up to you, but I think this quilt turned out beautifully. I'll show you this backing here. Use this dot from the line, and it's just so fun. So I went ahead and quilted it in water. And this quilt comes out to be 64 by 72.5. So let's get started. All right, so this is the block that we're going for. It's pretty easy to make. It comes together really quick. So what we're going to do is grab a few pieces of fabric. We're going to make sure that they're lined up. You can just cut as many as you feel comfortable cutting. And we are going to start by taking 1 inch off of one side, because these blocks are going to end up being 9 inches. I'll just make sure that's tight. There we go. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off of one side. Then I'm going to turn that, and we're going to subcut it into a 5 by 9 inch piece. So essentially in half. And then the remainder we're going to cut into 2.5 inch strips. So line that up nice and straight. And then these strips are going to go in one pile, and I've got a few others cut here already. And then this is going to be with my 5 by 9s. Then from your background, you're going to cut a bunch of 3-inch squares. And then the rest of that fabric is your inner border, so make sure you save a little bit for that. But I've got my 3-inch squares cut, and we are going to start by snowballing the corners of this rectangle. So we will, well, let's do this purple one. I like these dots. All right, so I'm going to do both of my right sides first. You can draw a line, or you can use your seam tape or your laser or whatever you want to do. I'll draw a line real quick here so that I've got something to look at. And I always do 2 sides first, and then I flip it around and trim it and press it, and then I do the other 2 sides. So we will go ahead and stitch on the line, corner to corner. Okay, so we're going to stitch on the line diagonally, corner to corner. And I just keep that thread attached and turn it and do my other side. And then I just cut them apart. And you can do either a rotary cut on this, 1/4 inch away from the seam line, and if you wanted to, this is plenty of fabric. If you wanted to do that extra line of stitching 1/2 inch away so that you can keep these little half square triangles, that's totally up to you. I didn't do it for this project, but you could. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. We're going to press them back, because we want those points to cross over in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and put our remaining 3-inch square on the other side. You can press or draw a line. I'll go ahead and draw one more time. And these cross over quite a bit, so you're for sure not going to lose this point. I like the way it looks. It sets that little diamond inside the fence rail strips really nicely. Okay, Got my line sewn, gonna stitch corner to corner. Just about done here. I'm gonna pull that out. All right, I can use my scissor cut there. And this side I'm gonna do with the scissors. It doesn't have to be exact. Cut that thread. Alrighty. Now I'll press these back, and I've got both of my snowball corners on. And then, in truly scrappy fashion, I just pick a couple of strips that I think look good. And they will go, oops, not the same ones, you want different ones. I think I'll use this green one. I'll use the green one. There we go. So then we're just going to stitch these on either side. And I'm going to add this one to the other side of my block, and we're almost done here. And that's it. This block is really that simple. All right, so there it is. There you have it. So I put this together with these blocks. I kind of treated them like fence rail blocks because I like that woven look. So we start with one this way, and then we just turn it back and forth all the way down, just like that. And you'll notice that this, these half square triangles bleed into the inner border. And so it makes the quilt have this really interesting look where it looks like they're part of the background. The inner border is part of the background because we use the same fabric color. So that is one way that you can sort of trick the eye and make it look a little bit different than it really is. And I think it's pretty fun. It's super simple. I went ahead and did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. And again, it's 64 by 72 and a half. And I used water for the machine quilting pattern. It came together quick. It's easy. It's a great beginner's quilt. It's great to make with friends because it's so scrappy. You could really just like trade fabric and have fun with it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the Woven Diamonds quilt from Missouri Star Quilt Company. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it inspired your creativity. And guys, we're at almost 1 million quilters strong in our community. So if you know of anybody that you think might like to join us and learn quilting with us, bring them on in, put your arm around them, and tell them to subscribe to our channel so that we can all learn and grow together.